This is a Harper Guys production.
The Harper contains foul language and adult material. If you are easily offended and thin-skinned, you should hit the stop button now. And if you are not a complete idiot, let's get this party started.
Let's get down to brass tacks, gentlemen. If I was informed correctly, the clock is ticking. Is that right, Jimmy?
But good luck arguing that in court. Let me get down to brass tacks.
Listen, let's get down to brass tacks here. How much for the ape?
Jack, let's just cut the crap and get down to brass tacks here.
Are you hating on Neil Diamond?
Holy fuck Neil Diamond.
Our dream of deathmatch is going to come to fruition, and my golden ticket is going to pay off. Hoo-ah. Don't you fucking hoo-ah me, motherfucker.
I want the ability to time travel.
Dumb. This is stupid. Welcome to the Harper, ladies and gentlemen, or should I say the Harper. This is Jake. With me, as always, my teammate, Adam.
That's right.
Don't feel like I can call you my sidekick anymore. It's a little too Batman and Robin.
What, we're teammates?
It's like Batman and Batman, right? No, welcome aboard. We're excited for another show here. Just a little way into year 2. This is exciting as we go along here.
Out of the sept and into the oct.
That's right. Here we go. I'm going to let you go ahead and jump in first with our public service announcement.
Here we go. All right, so episode 54. Come visit us at theharperguys.com. Follow and subscribe. Also visit us at iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, Radio Public, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio. Basically, we're available wherever you want us to be. If you're watching right now on YouTube, click the subscribe button. That way you get all of our content release, because we know you're dying for it. Another big shout out to Ethan. I've been pronouncing his name Meeksel because that's how it looks like, but I'm pretty much sure it's Maxwell.
Oh.
If I had to guess.
So you think you've been getting it wrong for a year?
That's okay. Better late than never. So, I mean, what do you think?
I mean, I don't know. How exactly do you spell it? M-E-I-X.
I mean, if you say it like it sounds, I've been right.
I would say Meeksel.
But I would almost bet it's pronounced Maxwell.
Well.
But if it's not, Maxwell, Meeksel, hey, potato. Anyways, the guy has been throwing out the demilitarized zone. We're also using his music on The Gallows,
which is our other podcast, and you will get to hear the promo for that later on this evening.
Oh, no, I think we're doing it right now.
Oh, we're going to jump right in with it. And
Yeah.
by later, I meant 7 seconds later. Go ahead and...
Yeah, so what we're going to do for you right now, before we start the show, is we're going to play the promo for The Gallows. And I should have had artwork up here, so I could have put the artwork on while they listened to it, and they could have just wandered off in their mind. But we're just going to let them look at us while we play it, okay?
Absolutely.
Here we go. Hopefully it's not too loud.
What makes a crime worthy of a death sentence? Since 1976, there have been over 1,500 inmates put to death by their state, and those numbers are rising.
The Gallows will provide you with a detailed look into these grisly cases and let you determine for yourself if the punishment fits the crime.
Was justice served? Were there participants in the crime that paid too high or too low of a cost? If you throw out what you think you know about capital punishment in the United States, your answers to these questions and more may surprise you.
Take an in-depth look at the darkest side of the criminal justice system and see who you believed deserved a trip to the gallows. So that's the gallows promo. We're pretty proud of this podcast. Jake has put a lot of hard work into it, and we've discovered that it's pretty cool.
Well, teamwork makes the dream work, man.
Oh, yeah.
Adam definitely handles all of the IT, getting stuff set up ahead of time, stuff that it would have taken me months of Googling and figuring out. This guy handles in a couple little lunch hours. So
yeah, I do the music and the fun stuff. Jake does all the hard legwork.
But like a lot of people, I actually enjoy doing research. So I think that if you give me a topic and I get interested in it, doing the research on it's fun. You know, I mean, we all go down rabbit holes on certain things. So
that's right.
That's our promo. So we've got 4 episodes out. You can reach them on basically any of the same platforms for podcasts. I think iHeartRadio is the only one that we don't have set up for it yet.
Yeah, right now we've got. You can visit the Gallows Podcast at thegallowspodcast.com. You can get it at iTunes, Google Play, not Stitcher, TuneIn. So iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn. The last 2 that you cannot are and Spotify. Stitcher and iHeartRadio we're on a waiting list.
Absolutely. And if you go to the website, there's a link to any of those mediums that you want to use to get your podcast. And like we keep saying before, like, subscribe, comment, shoot us an email, send us a message on the show. Let us know exactly what you think. We're still dying to give away a T-shirt here once we get our 50th review.
It. I'm changing it.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking nobody wants a T-shirt with a big fucking middle finger on it.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm assuming that our target audience is probably from 30 to 50.
Okay.
So, for a 30 to 50-year-old probably just would be happy with a fucking mug.
Oh, that's cool.
Coffee mug to take to work.
Yeah.
That they're showing a 1-inch middle finger versus a 7-inch middle finger.
Let's make it like a 16-ouncer. That way, just in case you're not drinking coffee out of it.
So what we'll do is we'll go get this coffee mug made in advance.
Yeah.
And we're going to set it here on the show.
Yeah, I like it.
And then when we get our 50th fucking review on iTunes, it's yours.
That's what we need. It's beautiful.
Because I can't handle this anymore. Nobody wants a shirt.
Right. Call your neighbors, call your friends.
It'll be great. It'll be a good time.
That's right. You know,
Okay.
get them all up there. All right, so that's about what we got on that. We good for the PSA?
Yeah, so tonight we're going to harp about some stuff here towards the middle and end of the show. The first part is a little bit of a question.
Okay.
And the question is, if there was 24 hours left on Earth, so the scenario is, we were kind of talking about this, something like in
the Armageddon scenario.
The Armageddon
from
scenario.
The movie?
We've got something that's coming through the atmosphere. It's going to hit Earth and destroy it. We've got 24 hours. What do you do?
Well, 24 hours is a long time. So I feel like you need to make sure you can stay awake for as much of it as possible. I don't feel like sleeping any of that away would be a good decision. There are some people that's all that they're going to do. They're going to climb in bed and that's just what they're going to do. Some people...
They're going to go out just sleeping.
I believe that some people that's their disposition, that instead of going out and dealing with the fact that's actually going to happen, they're just going to fall asleep and never wake up.
So you think that like a depressive state, I'm going to roll up into a fetal position and just ride this mother out.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I would have to plan the first 22 hours around certain things that I'll get into here in a minute. But I think for maybe the last 2 hours, I throw down some of the world's greatest beer at a high rate of speed, and if I pass out 15 minutes before the bomb drops, and I'm passed out for it, and I don't see the flames coming through the sky, I mean, the only worry that you have there is that you're wrong. You know, they were like, "Oh, sorry, it only took out California, and we're gonna have some weather changes, but you're all gonna make it." Then you'd be like, "Man, I missed the greatest event in human history."
We've all seen 100 movies with this scenario.
Yeah.
Or after the fact.
Yeah.
5 survivors. But it makes me think about a movie, and I believe it was a Stephen King movie, and it might have been called The Mist.
Yeah.
Where it was a horrible ending, but things would come out of the mist, and these people were trapped in a grocery store.
Yeah.
Do you remember this?
I've seen it.
And they escape somehow, and this family, I think it's a dad and a son, or a dad and a daughter. I think it's a dad and a son, and some other people, a couple other ones, get in a car and they drive down the road, and they hear this thing coming at the end, boom, and they know it's their demise.
Yeah.
And so they start to kill each other. Like somebody's got a gun and I'm going to do you, because they don't want, this thing is going to it's bad. Whatever's going to happen is bad.
Yeah.
And then, so who's left is the dad and the kid. And like I said, this is a horrible ending. So the dad knows the kid won't kill him.
Gotcha.
So he kills the son. And as soon as that happens, the mist starts to open up and here comes the army and the cavalry and everybody's going to be okay. And it's like, you have that hole in your stomach, like, oh my God, that just fucking happened.
Yeah. It was a Stephen King ending, but so that leads to a question that I have then. So to actually start getting into the meat potatoes of this, would murder or revenge be on your list of things inside of that 24-hour period? Would you spend time on that or any other thing that would be negative?
I mean, I'm going to tell you what. The first thing that comes to my mind is the first thing that has come to my mind for years.
Okay.
I'm just going to go party. But then I thought about it, and I'm thinking, okay, this is, because, I mean, when we've been sitting around the fucking coffee shops and stuff or drinking beer, these kind of questions come up. What would you do?
Sure.
And, it's like, okay, well, I'm going to go fucking party and have a good time, and whatever happens, happens. But, then you start to think about it. How many parties could you find? Maybe not much.
I disagree. I think that
Establishments wouldn't be open, I don't think.
I think you'd be able to basically, if you can get into the parking lot at Giant Eagle, you're going to be able to get whatever the fuck you want that hasn't been fucking taken already, because those people are all going to be at home doing their thing with their fam. So I think that you'd be surprised how much of the world would be partying down.
I think a majority would be, because they're like, hey, we're not all dying from some disease right now, or if you are, this is your ticket out.
Yeah.
Let's just do it up. I think that's probably the best approach because it's not a bunch of violence.
Sure.
And like you said, if you can black out a few minutes before, woohoo!
Right.
You don't have to feel the termination.
To where you don't see it coming.
Yeah. But yeah, I think there's also some a little bit of that. This is a great opportunity for me to go get some revenge.
Yeah.
On that one person that maybe has fucked with me my whole life.
Right.
And you know what? It doesn't matter, but it'll matter to me.
Right. You'll feel like you've finally righted the wrong.
Because I'll do it by my hand. Mm-hmm. But then there's the other part. I thought about this too. That's the black angel and then the white angel, right?
Yeah.
And then the white angel.
I think they're usually red and white.
Whatever.
Black and white.
Evil and good angel. We'll call them that. But then over here, you're like, okay, you're like 10 hours away from... if you believe in God, you're 10 hours away from the gates, man.
Right.
Do you really want to put this on your rap sheet?
That's fair.
Yeah.
But at the same time, too, you got to be careful of that because that person's got nothing to lose at that point either.
I thought about that as well. That person that despises you just as much.
Yeah.
You might want to be defensive driving or defensive.
Yeah.
The roads are still clear.
Well, it would be one of the times in life that I would be so excited to not be famous because you can bet that there are some famous people that have some serious haters out there that would be their end game goal,
Or not just haters, but stalkers that are crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm going to go kill them.
Right. Craziness.
Yeah, I'm going to go see if they're home. And if they're not, I'm going to kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it would change a little bit as for me, I've still got fairly young kids. Mm-hmm. They're not,
Would you let your kids drink?
No.
If it's the last 24 hours on Earth.
There's no point, though.
You wouldn't let your son have a drink?
I mean, sure, but he wouldn't. I mean, maybe go get him a wine cooler, I guess. Something that would or they got the Henry's Hard Soda.
Yeah.
Something that's like that they would be like, okay, but I don't think they would enjoy. My son right now would not enjoy getting drunk.
I don't know. You don't know that. How old is he?
11.
11. Probably wouldn't be the first 11-year-old. I think Danny Bonaducci was like 8 or 9 when he started drinking.
That's great for him, but you try to get now. Of course, they could be playing me, but I'm trying to give him sips. Even just a couple months ago, and they're like, "No, that's so gross." And yeah, he almost gagged on a Eddie Fitz.
Yeah.
Of course, that's probably a little tough.
Yeah. By Eddie Fitz, he's referring to Edmund Fitzgerald, which is an incredibly delicious beer from the Great Lakes Brewing Company.
Brought to you by Great Lakes Brewing Company.
Right. Free plugs for an amazing brewery.
Hashtag, we could use a discount.
Yeah. I mean, I think that the first thing that most people are going to gravitate towards is, and it's a natural human reaction, is you're going to want to spend that time with the people that you are the closest with. You know, like, but to me, you can only say so many goodbyes and I love yous. I mean, within a matter of a few minutes, you're going to pretty much have said what you feel like you needed to say. I mean, I don't know how many people that you reach out to in that period of time. I mean, obviously your immediate family that's in your household, parents, siblings, maybe the very few closest friends that you have. But I guess for me, like, that's one of the things I wrote down instantly. Like, what would I do? I would want to spend that time with the people that I'm closest to. I think I would still want to do that, but I wouldn't want it to be like a big boohoo fest.
No. And see, that's where, like, if there was a countdown for this thing,
Yeah.
and it's going to be smashing down, and we've got, like, as much as I would love to be partying till the end, I mean, I would kind of feel bad that I wasn't, like, there for my kids
Yeah.
when it was going down.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know.
I guess it would kind
You're
of...
still going to be there. I mean, I don't expect that you're going to be like blackout.
Well, I guess how I would depict partying is kind of like a New Year's Eve party where you're all having a good time. Maybe you're throwing them down.
Yeah.
Your kids are there. They're running around doing stupid shit. You're drinking, having a good time. And then the ball drops
Yeah.
and everybody's there to give hugs and kisses.
Well, so you touched on one of the things that would definitely be on my list, and I don't care. This is just my personality. Is if I'm home with my family. So like that's the setting that I would put myself in. I don't really want to go out into the world on this day if I don't
You just
need
said
to.
Giant Eagle party pad.
Well, it's a couple miles away from the house. I could probably make it over and back real quick if I needed to.
the little brew hub over here he'd probably be opening it up, wouldn't he?
What?
Where you get your beer?
Oh yeah.
He'd probably be like, "Let's go."
He'd probably be like, just in case, you know, I have to get the last cuppa out the door, you know.
Oh, he's probably like opening the parking lot,
Yeah.
bringing the boom boxes out.
Yeah. Partying down.
Yeah.
Yeah. But one of the things that I would definitely want to do is I would want to grill. I would want to go out eating a big, fat, fucking rare steak. Just, I mean, if I'm going to go out, I might as well go out eating my favorite shit in the whole world. And I love food. I mean, eating is an event in my life. You know what I mean? Like, it's something that I look forward to where I think that's definitely something that would be on the list. I love grilling with a couple beers going down while I'm doing it. You know, to me, you got to, instead of trying to cram everything into the day, I would be more of take a couple steps back and
I
then
think
just
it would
enjoy
be
it.
a big where the more is less,
Yes.
or I said it backwards.
Less is more.
Less is more. I think that would fit into this scenario, to where you would like just sitting on the patio watching the sunset, or the or the afterglow of this horrendous object flying towards the earth.
For sure.
Whatever. I guess it would all have to do with timing too.
Yeah.
What if it was going to hit at like 6 a.m.?
Yeah.
I think that would be a little fucked up.
Yeah. Well,
I'm going to the bar. I'll be back at 2:30.
Now you talk about an all-nighter though, because if you knew 24 hours ahead of time, so you found out at 6 o'clock in the morning that 24 hours later at 6 o'clock in the morning is when shit was going down, you'd get all your affairs in order during the day. Love you, mama. Love you, dad.
You know
I
what?
love everybody else, and then that party would be going hard.
I'm wondering, because if this was our scenario, you would have known at least like 4 days in advance, probably.
Yeah.
You'd probably be lucky to be alive with the martial law and shit. People running around with guns.
Yeah, but we're just having it for conversation purposes, though. I mean, yeah, what if we didn't? What if somehow it made it through everything? It was made of some crazy alloy rock that they couldn't detect on their radar, and it's what happened.
Yeah.
Now, would you feel like you needed to? I'll be delicate about this. Like you needed to throw down with the misses one more time.
Of course.
I mean, I would feel like that would have to be pretty strong on the list there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And sorry, honey, there's no saying no that night.
Right. You might even cross something off the list. Yeah. Like always wanted to try that right there.
Let's put your legs over here and
right.
Yeah.
Sorry if I dislocate something, you know.
Yeah, the skit from Saturday Night Live, The Lovers. Do you remember seeing that one?
No.
With oh God, Will Ferrell and one of the SNL ladies, and they were lovers, and then they would get into some position. He'd go, "Ow, my back! You fucked up," and he'd get all pissed at
No,
her.
I've never heard that before.
Oh, it's good. Donna's laughing somewhere right now.
Was it Rachel
Dratch.
Dratch.
Drac or something. Yeah.
I always get it wrong.
Yeah. Short little hobbitish lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually just watched a movie with her in it on Netflix called
I think
Wine
it's her.
Trip. Have you seen this? It's got a bunch of women from SNL that are together in it, and like it looks like it's going to be hilarious. It's just okay.
Just okay.
Yeah, I just kind of imagine like, have you seen the what's the one with Adam Sandler, Grown Ups? You know, have you seen any of the Grown Ups movies with him and Chris Rock?
Yes.
Like, I think those are hilarious.
Right.
Like they're 90s humor, good time. You know what I mean? It tries to do that, but it fails bad. So
Yeah. I don't know. I like the grown up stuff, but
yeah. I'd probably have the tube on as long as satellites and shit were working and the TVs was on, because you know that there would be TV schmucks that just couldn't walk away from their job. They would feel like that was their journalistic duty to keep us up to date on what's going on. So like I'd watch the play-by-play.
Okay.
Somebody's going to be filming it.
so let's rewind a little bit here.
Okay.
So we're both in our 40s now.
Yeah.
So that's what we would do if you were like 20. What do you think you'd be doing with 24 hours to go?
If I was 20, the same shit. I would wake up and make myself a badass breakfast to get my day started, lay that base layer down, you know, probably go break some shit. You know, I don't know if you've ever like broke anything just for the fun of breaking it, you know, or been like so mad that you wanted to break something, but you didn't, you know, like there would be some shit like that. That would be
Well,
like,
I'm saying you'd probably be doing some stupid shit too, like looting, things like that.
No, I wouldn't get any joy out of that in that moment. Plus,
I mean, there would be no
just feel
goal, right?
The danger of the situation when we were there. I mean, unless you knew that there was a liquor store right next door that had like a $25,000 bottle of King Henry VIII. But I'll tell you what, the guy that owns that establishment would have that thing in hand.
Oh,
the minute he found out,
he'd be out
about
the back
it.
door.
Right,
Fuck this.
right. So
Yeah.
I don't think I would handle it much different if I was 20. You know, I mean, the thing is that everybody else is in the same boat.
Oh yeah.
You know.
I'm just wondering because, like, you know, you just would. I guess I've always imagined a moment like that where you would just be out going crazy, partying,
Right.
You know, whatever. But I think it would actually be really different.
Would you do anything outrageous? Like, if we get to like hour 22, like there's two, because like this is where my brain keeps going. It's like we can do all these things during the day that we only want to make sure we did one more time to enjoy. You know, enjoy telling your family that you love them. You know, your foods. You know, whatever it is that you're into, doing all that. But when it comes down to the end, and you know it's really just gonna come at you. You know, would you do anything just fucking crazy, just letting it all go at one time? Like, I know that this sounds crazy. If I knew that it was like right down to the end, I'd burn my fucking house down. Just to watch it go, man. Just to watch the whole fucking thing go.
Just because,
Like, fuck you, Mother Nature. You're not getting her. I'm getting her. You know? Big of a pain in the ass it is to own a home and all the shit that goes into it. Now, my luck, there'd be like flame retardant shit all through my house, and I would struggle for 2 hours. Just end up sweaty and tired at the end of my house
I
still standing.
didn't think of that, but I mean, now that you mention it,
Right.
I mean, shit, yeah, it'd be like fun to just take the car and like, well, I don't know how you would do it, but just fucking crash it into shit.
Oh, I mean, come on, you're a smart guy. You put it in neutral, get the stick
Go
in.
find a
whatever
really big hill and just
lined
let the
up in
car
there.
go and
Oh, man.
crash it all up.
Just get it set up to where the gas is all the way down, and then rig up a rope or something to it to where you slip it into drive and off it goes, blowing shit up.
Yeah, I mean,
Like I'm a destructive person by
Oh,
nature,
me
and not
too.
even always on purpose. Like I've always been the proverbial bull in a china shop, to where some of that kind of stuff. Oh, you know, would be super fun. I mean, you've talked about this. Is if you have a drone, like people watching is one of the greatest things you can do in the entire world, right? So why not take your drone and fly it around and see what all the other fucking retards are doing?
I think it would be a big fucking hug fest, cry fest. Everybody would be, I don't know. I think the younger generation would be out breaking shit and doing things like that. And
Yeah.
I think the 35 and up would be like, I'm just going to hide with my family. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I don't disagree with that. So
There's probably be some like seniors out fucking romping though.
oh yeah,
We've made it this long. Woo!
right.
Fuck this nursing home.
Like, would you ever consider like trying an illegal drug that you had never tried before? Like, I personally have always been terrified of illegal drugs.
Me too.
You know, because outside of weed, which we've all heard the metrics, you can overdose on chocolate before you overdose on weed,
Well, you and I have both
never
tried-
done any of the hard drugs.
No, we've both smoked weed. We've both drank beer.
I won't attest that I've done either one of those things, just for the record.
Anyways, but no, I've never done anything higher than that. No cocaine, no heroin, nothing. So
I mean, would you
crack, cocaine? I don't know.
I mean, would you try a little heroin?
Like what I
mean, the world's people that are addicted to it chase that shit down.
But that's my point.
Like to the point of being homeless. If it's all going to go down, don't you want to kind of see what like the hoopla's about? Like, what's worth throwing my whole life away for when it's not going away for free?
I doubt it, but if I was going to, I'd have to see that burning ridge coming at me.
Right?
Okay, I got about 10 minutes. Hit it.
And this is how we're going.
But it would have to be like that because there's no way. Because like you said, the chances. Well, it hit everything but Ohio.
Right.
This little area of Ohio is still.
Right. And now you're ripped out of your mind and you can't do anything about anything.
Well, the cool thing is
we made it.
Yeah, we made it. And what the good thing would be, you probably wouldn't be able to find any more heroin.
I mean, it'd be out there someplace. We're just talking if you had access, if you had access to anything, you know what I mean?
I mean, if we were the only area to survive,
yeah,
you'd be able to sober up pretty quick.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd probably get the guns out and do some shooting in the backyard, blow some shit up.
Oh yeah,
shoot
that neighbor's house that you fucking hated.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to be shooting the neighbor's house.
You wouldn't go around and purge a little bit.
I don't think. I mean, if now you're talking two different things. I know that we've already had the purge conversation on here. If it was actually purge, that's different. Like that's not the world ending in 24 hours. That's 24 hours of mayhem. I would participate in the purge. That's just me. 12 consecutive hours, no law.
Can you tell us who would be the ace of spades?
No, I can't. But I don't know there's a lot of me that, and I think a lot of people would be like me like this. I don't know that it would necessarily be a person. It might be a thing.
A dog?
Well,
kapow!
I'm not really.
Fido?
Look, I hate dogs. For the dog lovers out there, sorry. I've mentioned this before. It's probably been about 30 episodes since I've brought it up. I don't like dogs, especially ones that I don't know. If I know the dog and it's cool, I got bit by a Doberman when I was a kid. But at the same time, I don't believe that dogs are inherently bad. I think dogs have bad owners that produce shitty dogs. Now, they're like people. They can all come out a little bit crazy, So you can have a bad dog, I guess, here and there based on that. But no.
He owns 2 dogs as well.
And I do, which I know very well. And they're both very small. Well, I shouldn't say Molly's really small. She's chunky, for a little beagler.
I'm chunky.
Yeah. But, so I don't know. I mean, the people, places, I mean, I wouldn't try to go anywhere. I mean, I tried to think about that. Like, is there anything around here that I've ever wanted to do or go see? And it's like.
I think that would be the worst mistake.
Yeah.
Is to go somewhere. Because I'm going to tell you what. The fucking highway would be disaster.
So let me change it just a little bit then. Because I feel like we get into kind of a lane where this kind of ends up having to go. What if you were home doing the podcast with me and somehow miraculously we intercepted government intel that this was happening to where the whole world didn't know? Right. And we were now on the short list of people that had actually heard this radio transmission that it was going to happen, to where as you go out into the world, you go to Giant Eagle, people are shopping because it's normal and they're not doing anything different. But we know, how would you handle that? If
that would suck because
would you tell Donna and the kids?
I think you would have to.
I mean, I would for sure. But the only thing I worry about,
I can't even keep a secret whenever I get like a little bit extra in my paycheck.
Right.
Let alone the world ending.
Oh, but that's because you have honor, though. That's a different thing. I mean, is there part of you that wouldn't, if you knew, like beyond a shadow of a doubt that's happening, isn't there part of you that like would want to protect your children a little bit?
For sure. But
if you can protect them by just letting them enjoy their last day and doing super fun things, and you go to, again, I hate to keep going to Giant Eagle because it's close to my house, like bam, I'm gonna go get some badass liquor for me and the wife to throw down on and have a good time, probably let the girls have a drink or two, we're gonna get shit to make ice cream sundaes, I'm gonna pick out a great big fat steak, like.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, that would be a great time for me.
If that's,
because
I'd rather have it that way than everybody knowing.
The wife doesn't drink much because she is prone to migraines, but it's always the next day. So that would be where she'd be like, let's go.
Right. Come on, give Mama another one.
But here's the other side of this that I just dawned on me that I had thought about earlier. What about the people that what are they fucking called?
I don't know. What do they do?
The people that have built all the bunkers.
Oh, the preppers.
The preppers.
Yeah.
Those people are fucking going underground.
But if we're talking about something that's so colossal that all of mankind is fucked.
Well, if it's an asteroid, it's like a nuclear bomb, basically, with the radiation and all this shit it's going to fucking throw in the atmosphere. Yeah, they probably won't survive, but they're still going down into their bunkers.
But it's not going to matter. If this thing coming at us is the size of China, like, we're all going down. It doesn't matter which side of the earth it hits on. The whole thing's going to get fragmented into a
I
billion
don't
pieces.
doubt it, but they're still going to go into their investment and try it out.
Yeah.
They will.
But that would be sad. I'd feel sad for those people. You're going to spend your last hours on this planet bunkered away.
What difference does it make if you're in your house
hoping against
drinking
hope?
or you're in a bunker drinking?
Yeah, I don't know. I would definitely play my radio as loud as I possibly could so that everybody in the neighborhood could enjoy what I was playing on the radio. That would definitely be up there pretty high.
I mean,
I'd have a good time with that.
If you could get together, it would be great to say, hey, let's all meet here. Bunch of friends
Sure.
and families and whatever. Let's just all get together. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Like if it was
Throw it
gonna
on one
hit,
time.
if it was gonna hit like at a 7 o'clock in the evening or something,
Yeah.
or 4 o'clock in the afternoon or whatever, I think that would be just. I mean, might as well be there with all your peeps if you can.
If you had to do one activity, okay, instead of just standing around and kumbaya and stuff like that, if you had to leave your home and go do one activity, what would you go do?
Like a recreational sport.
A recreational anything. It can be a sport. It can be a fun place to go visit, like a Hall of Fame or something like that. I mean, not that you would pick the Hall of Fame. I'm just
You
using it for
wouldn't.
instance.
There would be people in there looting, stealing all the busts. So
Well, imagine that it's 20 years from now where all we have are robots working in these places anyway, so everything's still open.
no, I mean,
I'd go bowling. I'd try one more time to get my 300. I've been so close so many times.
I think
I'd be
I
like,
would-
maybe this is the day.
I think I like your route where we have some grills going. People are just bringing their grills over in their trucks. We got a bunch of steaks rolling out.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of cornhole boards, just like 4 or 5 different sets.
Yeah.
And everybody's just fucking drinking and just being together. That sounds like a good time.
Yeah. One, and I tried to think about this earlier. Would there be anything in the world good that could possibly come out about this? Like that could possibly come from this. I mean, not that it would have a long-lasting effect because everybody's dead in 24 hours. But is there anything good that would come out of it?
I don't know what your question is.
Well,
we're all dying.
right. But I think that genuinely for 24 hours, it wouldn't matter what color, gender, political affiliation. It wouldn't matter what anybody was.
I guess it just depends on how many people are actually going crazy and tearing shit up.
Yeah.
If it's 50-50, probably not much good.
Do you think that it would be like, I don't see the police officers out there policing real heavy. At
Police
this point.
officers are at home with their families.
Right, they're regular people just like us.
They got their guns loaded and they're making sure their families are safe.
So it's basically all laws are off. So I think if people are going crazy, on a whole, you're going to have people that are like, we're not going to put up with that. So we're going to go ahead and eliminate you. And nobody's going to care because you were acting a fool.
But I mean, do you think if everybody's looting the giant eagle,
Yeah.
you're not going to go down there with your gun and shoot them?
Well, I might not. Somebody might, though. I mean, there's going to be some crazies that just want to watch the world burn one time real quick, especially knowing that they're not going to have
Now,
to
what
pay
about
for it
that?
later.
You said burning your house down. What about going and burning an establishment down? That might be kind of fun.
But again, this is one of those really touchy things where I would hate to say I would burn down this particular company, and then 3 weeks from now, that company actually burns down.
Okay, we are hypothetically talking here about
Levin Furniture.
burn down.
I finally get to go pick up my cushions this week. It's only taken an entire year plus to get them, so I won't go off on that tangent. But yes, I would watch all that beautiful furniture.
All that veneer.
Right, just all goes up up
right.
in flames.
All right, I think we've exhausted this one.
I agree.
Let's move on.
Okay.
So, the next thing, we're getting into the hops here.
All right.
Get off my bandwagon. That is the topic, number 2.
So explain what you mean when you say get off my bandwagon. What bandwagon do you have?
Well, I'm going to use a prime example right now, the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah?
Everybody in this area was really and truly hyped. A lot of people in sports land that gave a shit about the Browns were pretty hyped for this season. They get blown out the first game at home, and a bunch of people on social media, oh, I knew it. Fuck these guys, they suck. Blah 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 blah. Get off my bandwagon. That's where I'm coming from. If you want to hop on it, stay on it. My point is this.
So you're saying they should be allowed on?
No. What I'm saying is, when it comes to your team, pick one and stick with it.
Okay.
If you don't want a team and you really don't care about sports, that's fine. You can say whatever you want. But if you're going to jump on the bandwagon as this is going to be your team, then you pretty much need to sign up and just stick with it.
I mean, I'm okay with that, but I'm also a person that believes in, especially when it comes to things like sports, which are incredibly regionalized, that you can be a pedestrian sports fan. We are not. We are very up to date on what's going on with our teams. We're always involved. Like, we're not involved with the team, but we know what's going on all the time with all the people on the team. But there's a lot of people that are local that
you're talking about fair weather fans.
Okay, but that's okay.
Fair weather fans, that to me is different because you root for them and then you disappear when they're shitty.
Yeah.
What
do you think of some of the Steeler fans that, and I'm not going to call anybody out by name because they're people that I am friends and stuff with, and it's like there have been some Steeler fans that'll be like, well, I'm still a Steeler fan, but man, I like what Cleveland's doing, and I'm really looking forward to them turning around and being good.
That's because they're from Ohio.
Right. I will tell you this, though, that it has also galvanized to where it actually makes me respect them a little bit more. Some of the Steeler fans are like, fuck that shit. I fucking hate them. I hope they still lose every game. And I'm like, good. At least it's not dead yet with you.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right. Need to stay there.
Stay with your team. Now, I mean, you shouldn't get to stop being a fan just because they lost one game or two games or many fucking games, years worth of games.
Right.
I mean, Jesus Christ. Well, not everybody's like me. Maybe there's something wrong with me.
Yeah.
But I watched every Browns game for the last decade, and it's been painful.
Sure.
But I always wake up every Sunday morning and hope.
Yeah. But
I think that's what a good fan does.
Right. But it's nice when they give you a reason to hope. Now, some weeks are going to let you down. They let you down against the 49ers in a bad way, you know? Again, I feel like that was a quicksand game. Still the youngest team in the league. Still trying to learn how to win. But
I think it's also the way the NFL's built, where a lot of these, we talked about it earlier, a lot of these games can hinge on one fucking play.
Right.
And if it doesn't work out, woo, we got a landslide.
Right. But I'll tell you something that I noticed, and I'm sure that you did too. The 49ers were a great example of the bandwagon. Because as you know, for the last how many years, they have sucked. Right? To where you watch a game that's going on out there, like if you got a fantasy player to where you're checking it out, that place is like half full at most. You couldn't get a seat to the Monday night game this week. You know,
right.
As hot as Cleveland was before the season, I feel like the 49ers are kind of taking that role over now that the season started. Not that the Browns are out of it by any stretch of the imagination, but San Francisco's undefeated, storied franchise, best team of the 80s. And now people are jumping on their bandwagon left and right. Or the Chiefs from last year, when they took off. And people are still riding it now,
The Rams are still pretty good.
Yeah.
I guess it just bothers me that when you see all these people going, well, they're going to be great, yippee, then the next thing you know, they suck. It's just like, make up your fucking mind.
Right, be on board. Find the positive. And enjoy the ride, because I'm going to tell you what, at some point, by law of averages, it's going to turn around.
Well, not only by the law of averages, this Browns team is really fucking good.
Yeah.
They didn't show it on Monday night. But
true.
Guess what, everybody? There is a real thing out there. It's called getting outplayed. It happens once in a while.
And getting out-coached.
That too. Outplayed, outcoached, whatever.
I mean, I think that's something that people don't give enough credit to anymore in sports, because how many coaches are really, truly exalted for being the amazing coach that they are? I mean, in the NFL, we could probably name 2 or 3, maybe 5 at the most, but the rest of them are just kind of considered part of the team. You know what I mean? To where you know who the players are way more than the coaches. there's times that coaches just outcoach another coach with the way that
Sure.
they're going to play a game.
Hashtag Urban Meyer and who's the guy from Michigan?
Harbaugh?
Harbaugh.
Yeah. Who's their coach now?
Who?
Who's the Ohio State coach? May? Is that his
Day.
name? Huh?
Day.
Day. That's his name. That's a guy that I like that dude so far. Like, I don't like Ohio State, but he's okay. Don't worry though, I'm not jumping on that bandwagon anytime soon.
I wasn't expecting you to.
Now you know who you know who has the worst bandwagon fans in sports? Like you can narrow it down to a couple handful of teams. But
Pittsburgh for one.
no, I feel like
Jesus.
most Steeler fans, like the Steelers are a big deal everywhere, and I feel like
I
most
don't
of them
know.
stay the course.
You and I know a
I'm just saying-
former Steelers fan that turned Browns.
Right. I'm not saying that we don't, but I'm just saying for the most part, I feel like Steelers fans are loyal. The fucking Cowboys, man.
Oh, sure.
You go back to the 90s when they were like the elite Cowboys team. Jeez, people were on that bandwagon left and right, and then they suck for 10 years, or like the Tony Romo years where they have a good year here and there. They started off this year hot again, just lost their first game. It's all you hear about. The Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl, blah, blah, blah. I hate it, bandwagon.
I just hate the flip-flopping, that's all.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care what you say about my team. I don't care what you do or this or that. I don't care what team you fucking root for.
Yeah.
Just, if you're going to root, pick one and root for them.
Right. I agree. Like, you should have some kind of loyalty. If you're going to be a sports fan, you should have some kind of loyalty to you.
And when your team sucks, fucking just push it down in and deal with it.
Right.
Because there's nothing else you can do.
Right. I mean, it's ruined a Sunday or two in my life. I'm not going to lie.
It
there are
always-
some shit times.
I'm like I told you.
Especially when you blow when you should have won.
And how many times have the Browns done that?
Right. I'm a Bear fan. By the time this happens, they're on a bye week. So by the time this show comes out, they'll still have the same record. They're 3-2, and they should be 5-0. I mean, gave 2 games away. Just ignorance. Shit kills me. But I'm never jumping ship on them for forever, no
Well-
matter how bad they suck.
Fortunately, the Browns are, what are they, 2-3?
Yeah.
And they probably should be 3-2.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
But now, just for everybody that's paying attention, this is the moment that we're talking about. If you're from Northeast Ohio, all of you Cavs fans from the LeBron James era, you should probably be tuning back in. And you should probably buy some tickets and go to a game and keep supporting this team. They're going to come back at some point.
Newsflash, everything's affordable right now.
Right. And keep supporting this team.
This is when you take your young kids up, when you can afford it.
Right.
And then when they're good again and you can't afford it, you can still enjoy it from your TV.
That's right. Rebuild. Right? But
Because I wanna tell you
time
what-
to stay behind them. The Indians. It's easy to jump off the Indians bandwagon this year. All that talent, the biggest favorite to win their division in all of baseball coming into the season, and they don't even make the playoffs.
That should be a whole nother show, though, with the juiced ball and whatnot. Man, oh man, I don't know. I'm not accusing it of being juiced, but
Yeah.
sure seems like something was going on.
Yeah.
The Twins broke the record. Who in the world? They don't have a small stadium,
No, they don't.
and they broke the fucking record for home runs. Something's going on.
They got some dudes that swing a big stick though these days. I mean,
I'm not saying
this
they
is not
don't.
the Twins team of 5 years ago. Like these guys are legit,
okay.
big swingers.
Yankees break the record. Twins shouldn't. I get the Yankees. They're in a little bandbox, and they buy everybody.
Yeah.
I get that. That wouldn't have surprised me. I wouldn't even batted 2 eyelashes. But when you see the Twinkies doing it,
Yeah.
at least the fucking
Did
Yankees.
you just call them the Twinkies?
Oh my God,
That's
Twinkies!
a terrible name.
It
Are
is.
they out?
Swept by the Yanks. The only time
Swept
I'm
by the
rooting for the
Yankees.
Yanks. Fuck you, or fuck you, Twinks.
Really?
Oh,
You hate Minnesota worse than?
this is division rivalry hate.
But I feel like
No.
baseball
No.
is touch and go. Like I don't feel like there's
If the
great-
Tigers beat us and make it in the playoffs, fuck you, Tigers.
the White Sox.
Oh my God, all of them.
The
I hate them.
Royals?
Oh fuck
Who
you.
cares about the Royals?
I don't want the Royals to win.
Oh, dude, they've been bad for so long. When they had those couple years there, I didn't mind seeing them. They were a small market team from the Midwest. Like they were a
I'm
team
not
I
gonna
don't
say
root against.
I didn't hate it seeing the Royals win because I did grow up. I was admiring George Brett when I was a kid, and
Mr. Pine Tar.
and who was the other Gubaza and Saberhagen. Boo, I'm bringing some names back from the past.
Brett Saberhagen.
Yeah, but those guys, I did enjoy watching them back then.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, seeing the Royals, it was okay. But the problem where I get that I fall into is that my Indians are trying to get back good, and here's these fucking pesky ass Royals. Get out of my way.
Yeah. Well, shit happens,
But no, division. Now, see, because like I can remember years ago when the Browns and the Steelers played in a playoff game. Can you believe it? It was the last playoff game the Browns played in.
Yep.
And the Browns had them beat, but they gave Roethlisberger one more drive with 1:20 to go, and he come down and beat us. And I remember hearing a fellow coworker say, "Well, I hope Steelers bring it home. You know, they're in our division." And I'm like, No.
No.
I hope they get beat the next game.
No. You know why I always resent them? I've never rooted for them harder than when they played Green Bay in the Super Bowl and they lost. Like the one time I'm rooting for you guys to win, because as a Bear fan, I hate Green Bay. But
So you get the division rivalry.
yeah, but at the same time, my Kansas City is Detroit. Like the Lions are in our division. Yeah, they look better this year, you know, and if they ever get to where they're really, really good again, I'll start despising them more. But for me, it's all about disliking the Vikings and the Packers. It's an easy call on that end of it for me.
All right. So we're done with that.
All right,
Root for your fucking team, asshole.
That's right. And no, can I just let me say just one more little side piece on this. I do also hate when people jump on bandwagons that aren't necessarily sports related. They drive me crazy. It's like if somebody's famous all of a sudden you're the biggest fan that there's ever been of them, you know, and then they go away and you move on to somebody else. People do that with like bands and artists and stuff like that. That drives me absolutely crazy.
That's pop stuff, though.
Right. But then like causes, like the ice bucket challenge and shit like that. Like that's stupid.
That's called the sheep effect, though.
I just hate it.
They're doing it, man. We'll do it too, man.
Right.
That's
I mean,
stupid.
if one day every year was the ice bucket challenge to
See,
keep ALS out there and stuff like, I would be down for that. But it's just stupid.
It has to do with personalities. Type A, B, and C, or however many there are.
Yeah.
It could be 15 for all I know. But I mean, there's the fad type personality. Oh, we're gonna do the yogas, the jazzercise, the Zumba. We're gonna do the CrossFit.
Yeah.
And then there's the people like you and I that are like, fuck those things. You know, that's stupid. So I don't know.
I've actually been thinking about trying CrossFit. As I'm running and I'm starting to drop weight, I've actually considered going to a CrossFit class. I know that it'll kill me, and it's way different than just getting out there and jogging.
Just go to a gym. Don't do the CrossFit.
There's part of me that wants to try it, man. I don't know.
God, he's ruining our friendship here.
I don't know. I think that you gotta step out of your comfort zone and try something sometime. I don't know. Fuck it. Why not?
All right.
But that was my only other point on that.
I'm going to step out of this lane and get in, make a, what we used to call it, a hard left?
Yeah. Left turn.
Left turn here. I'm going to give you a little gallows pole update. Didn't throw this on the list for Jake, but this is something that I wanted to give an update because on previous Harper shows, we would give the gallows pole update.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give a little update. We were celebrating when Marion Wilson became the 1500th execution.
Yeah.
And since then, how many more do you think there have been?
I think we've had 6.
7 more.
7.
And so time has been flying, and people have been getting juiced, if you will.
Yeah.
Sleepy potioned. So I'm going to go over what we have had happen.
Yeah.
Easy for me to say. So August 15th in Tennessee, Stephen Michael West. I think we put a little story about him.
We did.
So I don't have the who's it's, what's it's, and how's it's on these guys, but we're just going to go through them. Maybe I'll give an update next show on what these guys did.
Sure.
August 21st in Texas, Hale, Texas, Larry Swearingen was executed.
Okay.
August 22nd in Florida, Gary Ray Bowies was executed. These guys, some of these guys might end up on the Gallows podcast. We
That's
don't
right.
know.
Hey, they qualify now.
They qualify. September 4th, we had 3. On the 4th, oh my God, all 3 from Texas.
Really?
Yeah, September 4th, Billy Jack Kretzinger. Oh, Billy Jack.
Yeah.
September 10th in Texas, Mark Solis. September 25th, which is just a couple weeks ago, or a week ago, maybe a week and a half, in Texas, Robert Sparks. That guy should have been in the chair.
I mean, right?
Robert Sparks. How do you give that guy lethal injection?
I'm assuming these were all lethal injections.
I didn't look, but like I said, I'll put some more information next show.
I'll have to update it.
October 1st, which was literally, 6 days ago, 7 days ago?
8. But
Well,
you were walking right onto it.
yeah. From Missouri, Missouri?
Missouri.
Russell Bucklew.
Nice.
And we have a next up.
Oh,
We don't have another execution. Oh, there was a bunch of stays. There's been a shit ton of stays
yeah.
since August 1st till now.
Yeah.
But next up, just in time for Halloween, you will remember this guy, October 30th from Texas, Ruben Gutierrez, the screwdriver killer.
Yeah.
Killed that old lady.
Yeah, for the money.
For the money.
For
So
the
that's
money,
pending.
money.
October 30th. So we'll look forward to that one.
Yeah.
Zippity zap.
Be a good way to go for Halloween, you know. Boo, you're dead. You know. Gotcha.
Gotcha. You died.
Well, thanks for the gallows update, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good time.
Where we at here? About 50 minutes.
About 50? We can run through this real quick. This is a nice little short one. Just throw out the idea.
Okay. So I've been thinking about this. We've had, as everybody in the world knows, there's been a shit ton of shootings. Seems like there's 2 a week.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not that much, but it seems like it
Keeps happening.
At least. Not everyone is a school, but a lot of them are.
Yeah.
Other than the guy in Las Vegas, it seems to be more young people.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads me to this thought, theory, whatever, that maybe we need to start giving our students and college students quarterly mental health checks. And what I mean by is mandatory.
Yeah.
You have to. You don't pass your grade.
Sure.
You don't pass 10th grade. You don't pass freshman year of college unless you go get a mental health check.
Yep.
What do you think?
I agree. I mean, I think it's one of those things to where we have quote unquote guidance counselors at the school. I think that on a regularized schedule, students should meet with an actual professional counselor. You know, whether it's a psychiatrist or a psychologist, that can be up for debate. But I really think that they should have to sit with a professional, and then whether it's once a year, something like that, actually take a written test. You know, because I mean, they're kids; they're not all going to take it serious. You know what I mean? But
well, you're going to have these people out there that are really smart. Maybe the crazy ones are smart enough to just tell these people what they want to hear. I don't know. But I think you're also going to find that some of these professionals will find a handful of these people and maybe stop some of these crimes.
yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
At the very least, I think that with the way that information travels now at a higher rate of speed, I think that a mental check on the welfare of our children from somebody other than the parents, because we get a different version of our children than the school gets.
well, not
from
only
our
that,
kids.
but
Like,
a lot of people
somebody take a look,
A lot of people would be in denial to think that their kid is capable.
right, just to see if there's any red flags there.
Right. I mean, the bottom line for me is I can hear it already. People saying, well, who's going to pay for this? Well,
But
listen,
the school's already got people on staff.
if you don't pay for it now, our kids will pay for it with their lives later.
That's true. I don't disagree with that. So, middle school?
I mean, why not? I mean,
when did we start? 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade?
I would say middle school, you would have to start.
Yeah. And you're saying quarterly, so once every 9 weeks?
Well, I said but I mean, honestly, if they were checked twice a year, it would probably still be effective.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I mean, I think that it's something that doesn't even necessarily need to be like, okay, the first week of school, everybody gets checked. To where it's like, it's just everybody gets on a schedule.
No, there's
and
a
they're
shit
spaced
ton of
out
kids.
twice a year.
You have 4 or 5 of these people.
Yeah.
And the kids are just filtering through as every day goes by.
Yeah.
And twice a year. I mean, like I said, I did say quarterly, but give them every, let's see. The school year is in Ohio, it's from August to June.
Yeah.
So, I mean, somewhere in October and somewhere, whatever.
Yeah.
Through those through that 6 months, everybody should be checked twice.
I think that it should. I think that you mentioned it already, but it should apply to our college students as well.
Absolutely.
College suicide rates are the highest that they've ever been
I did not know that.
right now. They are through the roof, and it's part of it is because everybody can go to college, right? And there are some people there that maybe college really wasn't the avenue that was going to be the best fit for them, and they're finding it more and more that just from the pressure and the stuff that goes with it, that the numbers are bad. So, do you think that maybe just one step further than this is just a question for you, that maybe this should go along with renewing your driver's license.
Well, that's every 4 years. So you're saying the people outside in the wee world.
Yeah. I mean, I think that, people want to talk about background checks and possibly throwing out red flag laws to limit somebody's ability to get a hold of a firearm. A car is just as deadly a weapon. Cars kill many more people a year than guns do, to where maybe it's something that goes hand in hand that could be easily adopted in,
Maybe it's like your e-check every 2 years.
Right.
Your e-check for your car, at least, well, some states don't have these or some counties don't even have this.
Right.
But just set it up for every 2 years, and it happens to fall in the year every other to where you get your license. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't get your license renewed. You don't get your stickers renewed on your car until you go get your mental health.
Right. But then, I mean, the hard part of that is it's hard to take somebody's driving away. I mean, you're talking about your livelihood and everything else like that. But at that point, then you have to go through some kind of a program, something to try to help the situation, instead of just turning it. It's just another alternative, just thinking out loud of a way that we can try to help stem the tide of these shootings.
I mean, something's got to be done. And if this is just a start, maybe it wouldn't help a damn one of them. But I find that
If
hard
it helps
to believe.
one and saves 4 kids,
I think
the program's worth it.
I think you would find out a lot more about your students, the ones that are in trouble, and maybe they live a sheltered, maybe they live a shitty fucking life.
Yeah.
And they just need to tell somebody about it. And maybe just that talking gets it out to where they're not,
Yeah.
oh my God, I feel so much better. I don't feel like going and killing everybody in my school.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Maybe it's not even, maybe it's just identifying it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah.
It would help.
Well, I definitely think it's something that needs to be instituted on some level.
Yeah.
I
think it's a good idea.
take care of the kids a little bit more, and like you said, it should be preventative,
Yeah.
But we're so reactionary to everything,
So I'm going to spring something else on Jake.
Okay.
So he had been mentioning about having a steak show.
Yeah.
And I went through our listens, or not our listens, but our live show, because we had said the person that responds the most on our live shows. And when I went back and checked, it was your buddy Baglia.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
He had more responses than anybody on the show?
I'm pretty sure.
Wow, that's surprising. I'm surprised it wasn't Toolshed.
Or maybe that's who it was.
I think it was Toolshed.
Thule. I'm sorry. I got that wrong.
Yeah.
I was thinking I had it in my head. I should have had it wrote down. So we need to set this up.
Okay.
Is he local?
Yeah. He's one town away from us.
Okay.
I'll reach out to him, see if he wants to be a guest on the show.
So what we need to do is see if he wants to come on a show.
Yeah.
And set it up to where we're either have cooked the steaks and we're enjoying them while we're eating the show, while we're having the show, or however you want to do it.
I already have a plan.
Okay.
That we can discuss it off air, but I think I've got a really good, cool way that we can
Maybe
do this.
we should even do it live.
I think that'd be a great way to do it, is to do it live. So let's plan on doing a live show. So
Yeah.
we'll get a hold of Thule. On the next show, we'll announce when it's going to be, and then we'll do it the following one. How does that sound?
Perfect.
Okay.
That gives us what, a month?
Yeah, 4
All right.
weeks.
Before it gets too cold.
Yep.
Not that you can't grill in the snow.
Yeah. Oh, you can definitely grill in the snow.
Yeah, I do it.
I've got pictures of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a 3-season room off the back of the house. You slide in the
You know
three-season
what we're
room,
planning on
bam.
doing? I'm gonna throw like 5 or 6 logs in the shed.
Yeah.
The Thule shed.
The Thule shed?
And I'm gonna keep them dry over the winter.
Okay.
And in the middle of winter, when we've got like 6 or 7 inches of snow, I'm gonna go out there and fire up the fire pit.
Oh, that's fun.
I've never done it before. The wife and I were talking about it. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking do it. People are gonna look at me like I'm gonna be my Carhartts.
Yeah.
My hands out.
Yeah. Let's do it. Maybe you have a little bonfire. Maybe you start having the winter bonfire.
Maybe that's what it is.
That would be badass.
Here we go.
Awesome. Hey, thanks so much for hanging in there with us tonight. It's been great. I love doing the Harper. Comment, subscribe, review. Let us know what we can do. It's been awesome.
Well, we enjoy having you, and we enjoy doing this. And like we always say, give somebody a hug. Tell them
That's
you
right.
love them. If you know somebody that needs mental health, don't wait for this quarterly or bi-yearly thing to start. Go out and get them some mental health.
That's right. Help them out a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you never know where it's coming from.
Stick with the team, and think about what you do with 24 hours left, because I don't know. It's a fucking crazy world. You never know what could happen.
Time goes fucking fast. All right, man.
Bip,
We're
bip.
out of here. Cheerio.